not as important as it could have been. The Trevians have already clinched the conference, and so this game loses some of its luster on that account, but it's also kind of a benchmark on how good both these teams are, with the playoffs just a week away. Actually, by the time some of you see it, we'll be in the playoffs. Mark Mazzoni leads it off for the Trevians. Mike Tomiglione, very highly regarded pitcher. His father, the coach at Clementi. So Mazzoni leads it off. Glad to have you with us. First pitch of the ball game. In there for strike one. To Mark Mazzoni. Pair of lefties going today. And Tomiglione and Danny Larkin. The pitch. High and outside the ball, and the count evens up. Top of the order for the Trevians. Mazzoni, Sharp, and Wertheimer. Now the pitch. Oh, foul ball back, out of play. Niles West going to finish in second in the conference. Actually, all their losses this year have been in league play. They've lost 3, including the game against Glenbrook North. Strike 3 this past last game. Here's Gavin Sharp. Trevian's on a 19-game winning streak. There's a strike on the outside corner to Sharp. That pitch is low, a ball. Gavin. Much like the entire Trevian squad has come through with, there's a strike, have come through with some very key hits. This New Trier team, a lot of clutch hitting this year. Now the delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's 2 down. Here's Mike Wertheimer. High and outside a ball. Here at Phipps Field, it's the side of the sectional. Straight. Trevians will play in their own regional. Niles West will play in Evanston in the regional at Evanston High School. There's a strike. But it's kind of funny the way they've done the regionals leading up to the Niles West sectional, in that, for example, you would assume that Loyola would play in the New Trier sectional, but instead Loyola is at the Glenbrook North regional. Swinging a ground ball. Shortstop will have it. Throw over. And that takes care of that. 6-3 on the putout, and a 1-2-3 inning at the top of the first. For the Trevians, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. And, of course, we've got no score. Here's some of the early crowd showing up for this one. Tony Granini leading it off. Ball, a little outside. Granani, I'm sorry. There's a strike. So Granani bats, leads it off here. And the count even up, 1-1. Bottom of the first inning. Early on in the proceedings today. In there for a strike. 1-2. Again, shooting through the screen today. A lot of these places don't have anywhere else you can really shoot from and get a good angle. Now the pitch. High pop-up foul and out of play. Zach Martin couldn't get to it. Ground ball, slow roller. Sartle has it. Throw to first in time. 4-3 on the putout, and there's one away. Here's Mike Tamiglione, the pitcher today. They have a pitcher that is very highly regarded, Division I prospect. In fact, he is already signed to play Division I baseball, and the next batter, George Contos, better known for his pitching really than his hitting, and he is not going to pitch in this league series. I assume they'll try and hold him, and a little 1-3 put out, 2 down. They will try and hold him. No, it's not the next batter. The batter after this, I guess. Here's Ben Kim. I assume the reason for that being that there's a strike. Try and hold him as something of a secret weapon. Neutral will not see until the sectional playoff, assuming we get that far. Either one of them gets that far. There's a strike. I think the way that works out is they wouldn't play each other until the sectional final. And that is catcher interference. So Kim gets first on the catcher interference, and they put that up as an error. I don't know that they necessarily do that. Here's Contos. George Contos. Actually, he's DHing today. Look over to first, and the throw there, and they got him. On the pickoff, and the inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, I think, and nobody left. We'll be back with more in a moment. Well, here's Chris Harang to lead it off. Chris, the third baseman, been on a home run hitting tear last week. Hit 5 home runs in 4 games, I believe. 5 games. There's a strike. Strike 1 to Harang. Third baseman for the Trevians, headed for Bradley University on a baseball scholarship, I understand. Now the pitch. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Harang down. That's 1 away. Here's Zach Martin. Something that kind of bothered me while I was here at the game, and that is I noticed there's a lot of people smoking cigarettes and cigars among the parents, not the kids, among the parents, and I guess I have a problem with that. All schools are tobacco-free environment. We're trying to get kids not to smoke, and certainly not to smoke on school grounds. And even out in a baseball park, where you're out in the open. On the school grounds, parents shouldn't smoke. I'm sorry. Out of delivery. High ball. And that's high, a ball 4, and Zach Martin's drawn a walk. First base runner of the game for the Trevians here in the second inning. And here's Austin Turbin. Pitches low ball. Austin, big, stocky left fielder. That's low ball. The Turbin. While these are still considered, if you will, if we're talking about as classroom instruction, the quizzes, that is to say, foul ball, strike. If you talk about this in terms of school and classroom instruction, your practices are your classroom instruction. Your games are your quizzes, throw to first. And your games, the playoffs, the tournament, is the final exam, the tests. Strike. Throw to second, not in time, stolen base for Zach. I would call that, I think a lot of teams, they gear up to win conference. Strike 3. And the 4th strikeout in 2 innings for Mike Tomileone. And here's Rob Russell, the Trevian's designated hitter. Go back to second. Runner there. And I think the big problem that a lot of coaches have is they coach for the winning the division in the league, not towards the playoffs. And as happened with both Glenbrook South and Maine South in the last couple of years, they win conference and go out very early in the playoffs. Strike. And added to that is, of course, the fact that, depending on the number of seniors you have, I think sometimes seniors have a tendency to lose focus as they get to the end of high school. New Trier seniors are already technically out of the building. Ball gets away, and Martin on over to third on the pass ball. There's a strike. Checked up, didn't matter, was still a strike. So I think that, I've often said, no matter how good you are in in the regular season, it's only prelude to how good you are in playoffs. And certainly the Trevians have a shot of making it downstate and winning this whole thing. But they're going to have to focus and concentrate, continue doing what they've been doing so well during the regular season. As the competition gets tougher, it's been fairly weak competition in the north suburbs this year. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Struck out the side. And for the Trevians here in the second, no runs, no hits, a walk, and one man left. Here's George Contos. He was at bat when Kim got picked off at first in the inning. High pop-up. Down the line, foul, going to fall out of play. Strike. We're at Jim Phipps Field. Phipps led Niles West as a coach to the state championship back in the 70s. Swinging a ground ball, picked up, harangue, nice pickup. Throw out down in the dirt, picked out of the dirt by Zach Martin, and one away. So one down. Playa. Batter. Swing and a miss. Right. Playa bats here in the second. Line shot. Foul. They've been doing a lot of work around this school. Much like many others, the attendance numbers starting to grow a little bit. And as a process, they've taken away the parking around this ballpark. There's a foul ball. I have heard from others that Niles West, while they certainly have a lot of talent this year, have not been hitting all that well. It's ground ball, shortstop has it. And Azzoni over to Martin for out number 2. And here's Nick Cosmos, the catcher. Niles West also has, like New Trier, has a lot of size on this team. 6'5", 6'4", 6'2". Contos is 6'2". Cosmos is 6'4". One of the things that's part of this ballpark is a very high pitching mound. So with the 2 big pitchers we have today, to really give them the advantage of bringing that ball down on them. Second to base strike. So both left-handers will have that advantage of that high. That's a ball. Of that high pitching mound. Last year in the sectional, Danny Larkin ended up actually having a small fracture in the back. There's a ball. Ball 4, and Cosmos has drawn the walk. Here's Rosen. And we got the courtesy runner for Cosmos. And that is Shedroff over there. The pitch. Foul ball, out of play. Look over, and no, they got him. He'll throw over to second, and boy, did they tag him out. He never even got to the base. And again, a pickoff negates the base runner for Niles West in the inning. Here's Brad Shapiro to lead off the 3rd inning. Real pitcher's duel apparently today. Here's the pitch on the way. High pop-up, foul, and out of play. Strike 1 to Shapiro. Both teams, no runs on no hits. A couple of walks. Trevians have had 1 and left him stranded on the base paths. There's a high fly ball. Left fielder going back. Reaches up, has it for the out. And that's out number 1. And here's Brett Sortle. So Sortle bats. Swing and a miss, strike. The delivery. High fly ball. This one headed towards right. Drifting over a little bit. Has it for the out. And quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. And there's Mazzoni again. He struck out his first time up. Out of the first 7 that Tommy Leone faced, he struck out 5 of them. Wertheimer on the ground out, and Zach Martin a walk that was left stranded outside a ball. There's a little foul ball, back and out of play. Strike. Ground ball. Second baseman pulled over, had it. Easy 1-2-3 inning again. For the Trevians here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 2.5, we still have no score. So here's Rosen. Some of the crowd here today watching this one. Rosen leads it off. Takes the ball outside, ball 1. And once again, it appears we've got a snappy ball game. The way the pitchers are mowing them down today. Pitches low ball, 2-0. There's a fly ball on the giddy up. And Gavin Sharp over in right center, heads it for the out. That's out number 1. So 1 away. And here's number 18, Zonas, Mike Zonas. Hard to remember some of these guys. I've seen them for a couple of years, but there's a strike. Ground ball, picked up by Sortle. The throw in time. 4-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down.
Pretty high, doesn't it?
And here's Uhl. Number 9 man in the batting order. Here's a strike, strike 1. Outside a ball, 1-1. To Uhl, batting here in the bottom half of the inning. High pop-up foul, and that's going to go out of play. Back behind us. They even have a group of stands down the corner. Strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for Larkin, who's faced the minimum through 3. At the end of the third inning of play, we still have no score, and we'll be back with more. Leads off here in the third inning. Mike Tomileone's faced 1 more than the minimum, and that by his own doing via walk. No hitter on both sides of the scoreboard going into this one. Here's the pitch into this inning. That's a low and inside a ball to Gavin. Trevians and Niles West. There's a line shot foul down the line. Strike. Gavin trying maybe to go a little bit that way. Tries again. There's a high pop-up, and that's out of play. Foul off to the left. 1-2 the count to Gavin. Ground ball, slow roller. Second baseman has it. Easy flip to first, and there's one down. Here's Mike Wertheimer. Mike, the only out in the first 2 innings that wasn't via strikeout. He grounded out to short. There's a strike. Strike one to Wertheimer. One down. Top of the fourth, no score. Locked in a pitcher's duel today. Tommy Leone delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike. Low and outside, a ball. To Wertheimer, right fielder. He may well have the best throwing arm out of right fielders on the north suburbs. Outside of ball. He has gunned down a number of runners this year with perfect throws from right field. Now the pitch. Low and away, a ball. Wertheimer the batter. Little foul tip, strike 3. And that's 2 down. Here's Chris Harang. So the 6th strikeout for Tommy Leone. And here's Harang. Here's a strike. Strike 1. 2 out. Harang a strikeout victim. Gets low ball. And the count evens up at aces. Harang now the all-time home run hitter for the Trevian. A little slow comebacker. 1-3 on the putout, and the inning over. And again, a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the 4th, and we still ain't got no score. No more of the crowd that's here today. Actually, I think it would have been larger had it not been for the cold, kind of a cool breeze blowing in. It's not terribly cold, but kind of cool. That and the fact that there's a threat of rain today. Strike 1 to Granani. Ball 1-1. Trevian's hoping to break the all-time record. 5-3 put out. Nice pickup, nice throw by Harang. The all-time record that the school has. The best team win-loss. They'd have to win state, I think, to do it, if my numbers are right. But if they win state, they will set a new record. Swing and a miss, strike. Tommy Leone delivers, foul ball back, strike. People kind of sometimes ask, kind of say, well, New Trier doesn't never have professional athletes come out of there. And actually, New Trier's had quite a few. Little foul tip, strike 3. And Tommy Leone strikes out. And here's Kim. In baseball, Mike Huff, Ross Baumgarten, John Castino. There's a strike. John was Rookie of the Year with the Minnesota Twins in 1979 before injury forced him to retire. Ball bounces in. That one got away from Larkin. Little squibber. Picked up by Shapiro. Over to first. 2-3 on the putout, and the inning over. Again, 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 4, we still ain't got no score. Zach Martin leads it off here in the 5th inning. Martin, the lone base runner that the Trevians have had today. This game was supposed to have an impact on the division and a little bit more luster to it than it's turned out to have as the season's progressed. There's a strike. Nutcher has already won the league. They're up by 3 games coming into this one, so it doesn't really matter as far as winning the league. There's a pitch outside the ball. And quite frankly, league doesn't matter in a true sense, because of course what's more important, or should be more important, is trying to win state. Doesn't always happen that way, but that's where the focus should be, particularly when you consider that as you go through the state playoff, the competition gets tougher, of course. Swing and a miss, strike. Swung right through that one. Martin, Turbin, and Russell due up. Foul ball back to the screen. Not too far from us. Now the delivery. Flying away a ball. Now I understand Zach is going to Miami of Ohio. We've got actually 3 players from the Trevians going to Miami of Ohio next year. Zach Martin, Danny Larkin, foul tip, strike 3. Zach Martin, Danny Larkin, and Gavin Sharp are all scheduled to go there. Here's Austin Turbin. It's kind of, Gavin got into Illinois, Michigan, and instead decided to go to Ohio State. Ohio State was another one he was interested in, and decided on Miami of Ohio. I understand he's a very gifted artist and wants to go into architecture. Swing and a miss by Turbin. Ground ball foul, strike. Went right to the first base coach, Devline. Also want to remind all of you to come on out May 31st to Gates Gym at New Trier. That's the alumni basketball game. And among the players that'll be there, there's a fly ball right down the line, caught by the left fielder. And here is Rob Russell among the players scheduled to, at this point, I believe, Matt Lonick and Todd Townsend. And I know Bobby Rosinski, who's in the dugout today as the coach. That's a ball for New Trier. Will be there. I would think Jerry Happ, some of the other players on that 1996 team that finished 4th in state. Would think some of the guys from the 2002 team that finished 4th in state in basketball will be there. They'll come on out, and it's all for charity at Gates Gym. Now the pitch, high a ball. So Russell bats with 2 out. Outside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Mike Tomiglione. And here's Brad Shapiro. So here's Shapiro coming up to bat. In the top of the 5th. Throw over there. Nope. Might have had him, but didn't hold on to the ball. As we said, a lot of goose eggs today. Pitches the low ball. We're locked in a no-hitter here in the 5th inning. Now the throw to first. Again, the runner back. Danny Larkin. Again, the throw over there, and again, the runner back. Danny Larkin has picked off 2 runners. Pair of lefties. Now the pitch. There goes the runner. There goes the throw, and he goes back to first and missed the throw, missed the tag, and Russell back. Nice job by Russell, diving back away from the tag. I think Brad Shapiro might have missed a sign there. Here's a strike. Or maybe Russell missed the sign. That's possible too. Or misunderstood it. Foul ball, back, out of play, strike. Well, we'd really like to see you out there May 31st. There's a ground ball up the middle. Picked up by the shortstop on the second baseman side and throws him out. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, a walk and a man left. Tomiglione struck out 7. Some more of the crowd here today. Here's George Contos. Contos, Playa, and Cosmos due up, middle of the batting order. Larkin, ground ball, little comebacker. 1-3 on the putout. And there's one down. Here's Playa. Grounded out Mazzoni to Martin. Last time up. Takes a strike. Danny Larkin has faced the minimum today. And Tomiglione only 2 more than the minimum, and both of those via walk. Now we're locked in a no-hitter here in the 5th inning. Great pitchers duel today. That's low and away a ball. Foul ball, strike. One of the things that always bothers me about high school is parents that go after you as who's their number one pitcher. I frequently had that kind of little ground ball up the middle, first hit of the ball game. Playa with the little single, and here's Cosmos. So the no-hitter's gone, a little one-hitter now for Danny Larkin. And in high school, you don't really have your 1, 2, 3 in the same sense that colleges and the pros do. At least not if you're a smart coach, you don't. You just have your starters. Now the pitch. That's low ball. Brad Shapiro behind the plate. Danny Larkin on the mound. Looks over, throws, strike. Nick Cosmos. One out, one on. Now they pitch, swing and a miss, straight. Trevian's very deep in a number of their positions. Not only pitchers this year. They've really got 4 starters. And like we said, a 19-game winning streak. They must be doing something right. 2-2 the count on Cosmos. Throw over the first, runner back. A little foul tip. And Cosmos stays alive, fouling one off. There's a ball. There's the throw on down there, not in time. And a stolen base. So Shapiro out to have a word with Larkin. My guess is he's probably saying something like, you know, first of all, mixing up the signals a little bit would be my guess. And the second part of this is, don't worry about that. Let's just get the batter here. Now the look back. And the pitch, strike 3. So that is 2 down, and here's Rosen. Rosen flew out to Gavin Sharp in right center his last time up. Swinging a ground ball right to Mazzoni. He has it. The throw in time. 6-3 on the putout, and the inning over. In the inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. And at the end of 5, we still ain't got no score. Here's Brett Sortle to lead it off. Sortle with a bunt down the line, picked up by the third baseman. The throw not in time, and an error as it drew the first baseman off the bag. And here's Mazzoni. So an error, and Mazzoni has runner out there. Third base runner for the Trevians today. In the dirt, gets away. Wild pitch. And Sortle on over to second. So Trevians have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th. Here's Mazzoni. Goes to bunt. Strike. And the count evens up at aces to Maz. Wearing the famous shortstop number 11. Very famous in Chicago. Don Kessinger and Luis Aparicio. There's a base hit. And that's going to score a run. Here comes Sortle home. And on the throw, Mazzoni into second. So the Trevians on the board with a single. And here's Gavin Sharp. First hit of the ball game for the Trevians. And like I said, Trevian's very opportunistic this year. Here's a bunt. Picked up the throw in time. The sacrifice works, and Mazzoni on over to third. 5-3 on the sacrifice putout. Here's Wertheimer. Inside corner for a strike. To Wertheimer. Sixth inning. Trevians have a 1-0 lead now. Each team now with one hit. High pop-up, foul, and out of play.
Put it out there hard.
Mike Tomiglione has pitched a whale of a ball game here. A real pitcher's duel today. A little foul tip. Outside the ball. Line shot, base hit. And that'll score another run by Wertheimer. Past the shortstop, and out comes Coach Mitch Stern. They have a little word with Tomiglione. As the single by Wertheimer past Granani. And we have a courtesy runner, Mike Logan, as the pinch runner. And here's Chris Harang. Back on a little comebacker. They got Logan, and he's safe on the stolen base. Missed the throw. Now second stolen base of the ball game for the Trevians. Puts Logan in scoring position. Throw on back, and Logan back. So Harang, pitch outside the ball. Strikeout in the comeback in his two previous plate appearances. Trevians with 2 runs on 2 hits. And the pitch high and away a ball. Zach Martin on deck. Trevians have struck out 7 times today. Swing and a miss strike. We've seen some first-class pitching. Really held the batters off balance here. As we said, this high mound helping along, and then the helping these pitchers along. Deuces on the count. 2 Harang. One out. And a foul ball.
Inside the wall.
That's low ball, and the count goes full to Harang. So again, the Trevian's error. Wild pitch, single by Mazzoni. Sacrificed over to third by Sharp. And then Wertheimer with the single. And the Trevians quickly 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. That's pitch high and away, ball 4. So the Trevians have runners at first and second. And Zach Martin batting. Low and inside a ball, ball 1. Nutcher trying to keep a 19-game winning streak alive. They haven't lost since early in April. They pitch high, a ball. Time called. Cosmos out to have a word with Tommy Leone. And now the coach out. Isn't that the second meeting? Aren't they supposed to be forced to remove the pitcher? That used to be the rule. Maybe they changed the rule. You're allowed 3 times out in a ball game or something. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. Now the pitch, outside a ball. There's a strike.
Right side, Zach, right side.
To Zach Martin. There go the runner. No! Trying to get him to balk. Didn't work. Now, the way Logan acted, I think he goofed that one up. Swing and a miss. Straight. And the count goes full. To Zach Martin. Foul tip, strike 3. And here's Austin Turbin. 8th strikeout for Tommy Leone. It's a pretty good measure of how well he's pitched today. Strike on the outside corner to Austin Turbin. Outside of ball. And the count evens up. Ball 1, strike 1. Trevians have 2 aboard, 2 runs in, 2 outs. Ground ball, shortstop. Flip to second. Fielder's choice, and the inning over. In the inning, 2 runs. Zonas, Yule, and Granani due up here for the Wolves in the bottom of the 6th. Trevians 2 runs on 2 hits. They have stranded 4. There's a strike. And the Wolves, no runs on 1 hit and have stranded just 1. There's a foul ball out of play, so Larkin, coming into the 6th inning, has faced only 1 more than the minimum. Thanks in part to 2 pickoff plays. Ground ball, diving stop, throw, in time. Great play by Mazzoni. Sensational play by Mark Mazzoni. Boy, he has gotten so good at going to his left. Wow. Pitches low ball. Yule, number 9 batter. Yule, number 9 batter in the Wolves lineup. The pitch. High pop-up. In foul territory, and Shapiro calling for it. Has it for the out. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down. Here's Granani. There's a strike. Danny Larkin on the mound. Actually, we have a little quirk in our schedule this year. And we'll have the Stevenson makeup game. And then going to be off to the playoffs. So we actually have a week off in the middle of the season here. As Nutcher has a game against Libertyville. Ground ball. Knocked down. That's all they'll get out of it. Scored as a hit. Second hit of the ball game. And there's Tommy Leone. Throw over to first, runner back. Russell, Shapiro, and Sortle due up in the top of the 7th for the Trevians. Again, the throw over there, and again, Granani back. You can see that breeze. It's actually a southeast breeze blowing kind of right field to third base with a little bit quartered towards left. There's a pitch now by Larkin. No, he'll throw over to first. And Granani back. 2 out. 1 on. We've had a great pitcher's game today. Strike. 1 and 2 to Tommy Leone. Well, after all the threat of rain, it's turned into a very nice afternoon. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Tommy Leone out in the inning. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left. After 7, it's 2-0. After 6, rather, it's 2-0 New Trier. We go to the 7th. Russell, Shapiro, and Sortle, the bottom third of the batting order, due up for the Trebs. Each team with 2 hits. Danny Larkin has faced 2 more than the original, than the minimum. 2 more than the minimum, and like Tommy Leone for the Wolves has faced only 6 more than the minimum. There's the pitch low ball. Russell, Shapiro, Sortle. Sortle got things going with a little bunt in the 6th inning for the lone tallies in this ball game. Safe on a throwing error that drew the first baseman off the bag. That's low ball. What they have up on the scoreboard, you can see over the left shoulder of the umpire there, the one error is that catcher interference in the 1st inning. That I don't know that they call that an error. They didn't before. Maybe they've changed the scoring rules. Ball got away down in the corner. My assumption is Zach Martin probably warming up down there. I can't see in that particular area. There's a ground ball through for the base hit. Single. Now the third hit of the ball game. And here's Shapiro. Niles West plays to take away the hole on that right side of the infield. And Russell had that a little more towards right center and got it past into shallow right center. There's a throw over to first, nearly threw it away. Go to bunt, pitches high a ball. So leadoff single here in the top of the seventh for the Trevians. Third hit of the ball game for them. After both teams were matched in a no-hitter going into the fifth inning. Trevian's first hit came in the sixth. Wolves' first hit came in the fifth. Both of which, their two hits, have been left stranded. The only base runners the Wolves have had. Shorten the bunt, hits a ground ball. Second baseman has it, out. Throw to first, not in time. And it's a fielder's choice. So Russell out at second. And the Trevians again with a courtesy runner in Hickey. Greg Hickey, the courtesy runner. And here's Sortle. Go to first. Barely threw it away. Greg Hickey back in time. Pitch is high, a ball by Tomilione. The delivery, low and away, a ball. Sortle, high pop-up. Shortstop calling for it. Has it for the out. And there's two down. Here's Mark Mazzoni. Key single, RBI singles. Driving home Sortle for the first run of the ball game for the Trevs. Hide away a ball. Again, the throw over. They got the runner caught a run down, but threw the ball away. And another error. And they will hold Hickey at third. Second error of the ball game for the Wolves. But my guess is they're not going to put that up on the scoreboard. And the reason for that is they're making it look better in the line score, particularly when you have both the Tribune and Sun-Times reporters here covering this game, big game. Trevians will play Stevenson in a makeup game. Game we'll have on the network later on today or this week. But we won't have the other makeup game, which is the Frem game, which was weathered out the first week of April. That'll be on the actual Memorial Day in real time. Obviously, some of you watching these games after Memorial Day. They pitch low ball, and Mazzoni draws the walk, and here's Gavin Sharp. Gavin 0 for 2 at the plate officially. A strikeout, a ground out, short, second to first, and a sacrifice that moved Mazzoni on over to third, brought home by Wertheimer. And the second hit for the Trevians today. Trevians with 3 hits. There's a strike. The Gavin Sharp, lefty-lefty matchup. Mike Tamileone has pitched a whale of a ball game too. It's been a real pitcher's duel today. High pop-up, foul and out of play. I think the thinking of Gary Gustafson went along the lines of why George Contos, who's his bona fide signed Division I pitcher, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that takes care of that. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Strike 1. And I'll tell you, I think the idea being that Contos has had some shoulder problems rather than risk something here in a game that now is actually kind of meaningless. If you're just keeping up with the regular pitching rotation, it's the only reason that I think Larkin and Duncan Elmer will be the 2 pitchers this week. But that's just because it's the regular pitching rotation. I don't think they'll change things up much. Ball low and outside. And the counting was up at deuces. I think the idea being to let Contos wait in the wings to possibly surprise the Trevians. Ground ball picked up by Harang. The throw, safe. And I think they're going to call that one an error. It is an error on the Trevians. So Kim on at first. And here's George Contos, who we were just talking about. They're using him as the designated hitter today. Strike. Give that shoulder a little breather by just having him bat. He's also a third baseman. I don't want to have him throwing too much. 0-2 the count to Contos. Larkin blew it right by Contos here. There's a foul ball. Strike. Bottom of the 7th. Phipps Field at Niles West. And that's outside of ball. Runner won't go. Strike 3, punched him out. 1 away. And there's Playa. Playa bats, swinging a foul ball, strike. Swing and a miss, strike. Playa got the first hit of the ball game with a single in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 6, and here's Nick Cosmos. Well, the one thing you like is at least with all these strikeouts that the players are going up there swinging. There's a strike. Because the pitchers have been pitching so well. Coming down on him like that. Foul ball, strike. 2 out, 1 more, and we go home. High ball, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Struck out the side in the 7th, and the ball game over. And we'll be back in just a moment to wrap up this beautiful pitching performance by Danny Larkin. So long, everybody.